Good morning, everybody, and Shana Tova. I am David Klein. I am the president of the City Congregation for Humanistic Judaism, and I want to welcome all of you here today. Of course, we wish that we were in person. We wish that we could be sitting face to face and having this celebration together. But we hope that this is the next best thing and that you can enjoy being with us today, even if we're from a distance. Let me welcome Rabbi Tzemah Yoreh.
Welcome, everyone. It is so great to be here at our virtual Rosh Hashanah service. Rosh Hashanah is marked by new beginnings, and this service is definitely something new, something we've never done before. We hope you find it meaningful.
Ashareinu, Matov Kalkeinu, Umanaim Goraleinu. Ashareinu, Matov Kalkeinu, Umayafe Yerushatenu. Ashareinu, Matov Kalkeinu, Umanaim Goraleinu. Ashareinu, Matov Kalkeinu, Umayafe Yerushatenu.
In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, there shall be an assembly, a pause from work, a day of commemoration proclaimed by the sound of the shofar. In Humanistic Judaism, Rosh Hashanah is an invitation to stop and reconsider our life choices, reaffirming some and changing others. May this new year bring to us and to the whole world life and peace, joy and wonder, renewal and comfort. Today, all over the world, Jews once again assert our identity. We celebrate the beginning of yet another year in our time on earth, a journey marked by tragedy, war and death, and also by goodness, rejuvenation, and life.
Ancient cultures and civilizations started calendars to mark the cycles of nature, the origins of their people, and the creation of the world. In the beginning, there were only solar days. Sunset was considered to be the end of the day and the beginning of the next. Although the start of the day was shifted to midnight during the Roman era, the Jewish calendar still marks the start of each day at sunset. The calendar was originally agricultural and linked the motion of the earth around the sun, marking years, with the motion of the moon around the earth, marking months. Because the lunar year falls short of the solar year by approximately 11 days, the Jewish festivals, which are tied to specific harvests, would start to wander around the year. In order to preserve them in their seasons, the calendar is periodically adjusted. Our new year sometimes comes earlier and sometimes comes later. According to that tradition, which is calculated by biblical generations, we now begin the year 5781. While we may still count the years in this fashion, we no longer believe this literally states the age of the world. Modern science has taught us that the universe is billions of years old. Nonetheless, we take pride in the longevity of our people, and we are proud of our continuity for at least 3,500 years. We have not just survived, we have thrived, and have significantly contributed to the advance of civilization, ideas, and values. So now, as we enter the new year 5781, let us look back at our past with respect and appreciation.
Sadiq Hatamar Yifrach Yifrach, Sadiq Hatamar Yifrach, Sadiq Hatamar Yifrach Yifrach, Sadiq Hatamar Yifrach. Ke'es balfanan yiskei, ke'es balfanan yiskei, ke'es balfanan yiskei, yiskei, ke'es balfanan yiskei, ke'es balfanan yiskei, ke'es balfanan yiskei.
Autumn. The summer ends. Autumn arrives. We feel the passage of time. Nature changes, and so do we. The fall season fills us with the anticipation of new adventures. The tempo of study and work increases. The pace of seeing and doing quickens. As nature cools, our activity warms. There is much to do. We are bewildered by the options. Change makes us aware of what is permanent in our life. Seasons come and go. Others nurture us and die. Groups capture our loyalty and then lose their luster. Friends love us and depart. Landmarks arise and then decay. One reality persists amid all this drama. The power of our individual person outlasts each fleeting event and connects the chapters of our history. Attachments change, but our uniqueness survives. Rosh Hashanah is the day of aspiration. We need to revive old dreams that challenge us with their vision and shake our complacency. We need to confront the strength of our own individuality and test its skills. We need to fill our lives with the anticipation of noble goals and strive to reach them. We need creative discontent.
Excerpts from the layers. I have walked through many lives, some of them my own, and I am not who I was. When I look behind, as I am compelled to look before I can gather strength to proceed on my journey, I see the milestones dwindling from the horizon. How shall the heart be reconciled to its feast of losses? In a rising wind, the manic dust of my friends, those who fell along the way, bitterly sting my face. Yet I turn, exulting somewhat, with my will intact to go, wherever I need to go, and every stone on the road precious to me. Though I lack the art to decipher it, no doubt the next chapter in my book of transformations is already written. I am not done with my changes.
In each era of ancient Jewish history, festivals were created that were bound up with the ideas, the emotions, and the conceptions of the Jews of that particular era. It was not necessary to create new holidays. The old festivals were altered and recreated, a new spiritual content was poured into them, and they formed new traditions.
Candles.
United with Jews the world over, we gather to reflect together. The many branches of this menorah represent the many ways to be Jewish.
May it be a year of hope and not of despair.
May it be a year of vision and not of darkness.
May it be a year of life and not of death.
Let the fire we kindle be for us a warming flame, whose brightness shows us the path of life.
May the dancing flames of these candles kindle warmth within our hearts, wisdom in our minds, and passion in our lives.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
Their brightness reminds us of our ancestors, who have brought their light into our lives.
Without hope, even the day is like night.
But with hope, even the darkness becomes light.
How wonderful is the light within the world. How wonderful is the light within each person. How wonderful is the light of the holiday.
tikvati, tikvati bi, efo koki, koki bi, vegamba, vegamba, efo koki, koki bi, vegamba, vegamba. Where is my light? My light is in me. Where is my hope? My hope is in me. Where is my strength? My strength is in me and in you. And in you. Where is my strength? My strength is in me and in you. And in you.
This Rosh Hashanah, each of us enters this gathering with a different need. We are stirred by memories as we recall the days that have gone by. Some hearts are full of gratitude and joy. Some are overflowing with the happiness of love and life. Some are eager to greet the day, to make the world more fair and just. Some have recovered from illness or have escaped misfortune, and we rejoice.
Some of our hearts are filled with sorrow. Disappointments weigh heavily upon others.
Some families have been broken. Some of our loved ones are ill. Some of our cherished family and friends have died.
May all of us find comfort and empathy.
Some of us are embittered. Life has lost its meaning and its value. We have sought answers in vain. May the knowledge that we are searching restore our hope in truth and purpose.
Now we look ahead with hope, grateful for the daily gift of renewal, for the promise of good to come. May this Rosh Hashanah be our day of rebirth into life and peace, serenity and safety as the new year begins.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for
Historical perspective. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are traditionally referred to as Yamin Norim, the days of awe. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, is celebrated on the first day of the 7th month, Tishrei. Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, comes on the 10th day of Tishrei. These holidays differ from other Jewish holidays in that the mood is not one of joy and celebration, but of profound, serious reflection. Therefore the name, Days of Awe. They also differ from other holidays because they are not related to any historic event. Various ancient peoples observed the New Year at different times. The Babylonians began theirs in the spring, and the Egyptians began theirs in summer. The Jews started theirs in the fall. Modern cultures continue to observe the New Year at different points. Nowruz, the Persian holiday New Year, is celebrated on the first day of spring, the vernal equinox. Muslims mark the New Year on the first day of Muharram, the first month of the year according to the lunar Islamic Hijri calendar. Many ancient cultures celebrate Asian Lunar New Year between January 21st and February 21st, depending on when the new moon of the first lunar month falls. As Judaism evolved in the rabbinic period, the high holidays marked more than the beginning of the year. They assumed a powerful and awesome religious significance. An omnipotent Yahweh now undertakes an annual counting of humanity, especially of the Jews, rendering it an initial verdict on Rosh Hashanah and a final judgment on Yom Kippur. Thus evolved the high holiday greeting, Lashana Tova Tikatevu. May you be inscribed in the book of life for a good year.
Lashana Tova Tikatevu, Lashana Tova Tikatevu, a good year, a year of peace we wish to you. Lashana Tova Tikatevu, Lashana Tova Tikatevu, a good year, a year of peace we wish to you.
With the emergence of the secular age and an emphasis on logic, science, and reason, the holidays have continued to evolve. New humanistic themes of self-reflection and self-examination emerged alongside traditional notions of divine judgment and divine terror. For us, these new ideas have taken the place of the old. We spend our time in introspection and reflection. For us, the high holidays are not a fearsome time, but an opportunity for assessment, repair, change, and growth. It is up to us to take advantage of them. Our ancestors declared the dreaded power of this day.
We are mindful of its important purpose in our lives.
They stood in judgment, their fates weighed in the balance.
However, we stand in self-evaluation, our choices equally measured.
They implored and beseeched and asked for atonement.
We introspect and reflect and seek self-awareness.
They confessed before another.
We examine ourselves and our relationships with others.
Like them, we stand poised before an ever-unfolding book of life.
We believe it is written by our deeds and by the events that befall us.
We strive to take responsibility for our lives and write the pages ourselves.
And accept, with courage and dignity, the pages over which we have no control.
Shema Yisrael, Adir Givunenu, Achanu Echad.
Please join me at home.
Shema Yisrael, Adir Givunenu, Achanu Echad.
Loving life with all our heart and all our spirit, all our senses and strength, we take upon ourselves these promises to care for the earth and those who live upon it, to pursue justice and peace, to love kindness and compassion. We will teach this to the next generation throughout the passage of each day, as we dwell in our homes and as we go on our journeys, from the time we rise until we fall asleep. And may our actions be faithful to our words, that generations to come may live to know truth and kindness have embraced, peace and justice have kissed and are one. I strive to live a life of self-reliance. I strive to live a life of self-confidence. I strive to live a life of personal courage.
If I am not for myself, who will be for me?
I depend on others as they depend on me. I nurture others as they nurture me. I draw strength from others as they draw strength from me.
If I am only for myself, what am I?
Life is fleeting. I can wait or I can act. Life is fleeting. I can deliberate or I can take a step. Life is fleeting. I can choose to live or not to live.
If not now, when? Im ein ani li mili, וכשאני לעצמי מני, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, אימתי. Who will be my befriender if I'm not my own defender? But if I'm for myself alone, what am I? And if not now, oh tell me when. This day will not come again. This day will not come again. Time goes by. Who will tend my neighbor's needs? Who will sow tomorrow's seeds? Who will answer for my deeds? If not I, and if not now, oh tell me when. This day will not come again. This day will not come again. Time goes by. Im ein ani li mili, וכשאני לעצמי מני, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי,
Life brings random encounters and chance events.
Life can also be created moments and seized opportunities.
Life follows repeated journeys and well-traveled paths.
Life can also be unexpected adventures and new challenges.
Life consists of routine activities and ordinary obligations.
Life can also be meaningful goals and purposeful deeds.
Life allows for quiet solitude and separate lives.
Life can also be precious relationships and shared visions.
Life reflects on joyful accomplishments and sorrowful regrets.
Life can also be planning for bright new days and even better tomorrows.
When we lift up the fallen, when we comfort the bereaved, when we feed the starving, when we look beyond ourselves,
then we live a meaningful life.
when we let others comfort us, when we let others teach us, when we let others guide us, when we open ourselves up to others,
then we live a meaningful life.
when we cherish our roots, when we treasure our heritage, when we teach our children, when we look to our past and our future,
then we live a meaningful life.
Sources of wisdom. Where do our teachings come from? What are the sources of our wisdom? We have a wealth of resources to draw upon. We find lessons in time-honored ancient writings passed down in written and oral form by esteemed rabbis and teachers. We find teachings in modern literature, poetry, and drama, as well as academic and scientific journals that address contemporary situations and challenges. We draw lessons from the collective experiences of all people, the Jewish people, our families, and our own lives. The prophet Isaiah teaches us about peace. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor let them study war anymore. Isaiah 2:4. Saul of Tarsus teaches us about freedom. I have the right to do anything, you say, but not everything is beneficial. Yiddish proverbs offer obvious truths and earthly observations. If you can't do what you want, do what you can. If you eat the bagel, you're left with the whole. The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to serve others. Albert Schweitzer. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. It is not enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. Eleanor Roosevelt. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Albert Einstein. All sorrows can be born if you put them into a story. Isaac Denison. Accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Maimonides. The lessons are mixed. There is no one source of wisdom. There is no single source of truth. We search for wisdom everywhere.
From generation to generation. Mighty and powerful is the wellspring of life, the source of our being and our ancestors' being. From their generation to our generation, we are bound by acts of love.
We remember their good deeds with thanksgiving. Their good acts are our inspiration. We remember our ancestors with love and respect. May their children and their children's children do honour to their name.
We are thankful for the gift of life and the wisdom of our elders. From generation to generation, they are the foundation upon which we have built our lives.
We are thankful for the gift of life and the joy of young people. From generation to generation, they are the hope for the future upon which we build our lives.
So, we are going to do our Hine Matov, which in our tradition at TCC, of course, is done in the round. And we don't have you here with us to help us with the round. Jennifer and I are going to do this as individuals, but you have to join from home. Only this time, you have to choose with whom you're going to sing. And Jennifer, or me. And have fun with it, as we always do when we are in person. So here we go.
Hine matov u'manayim shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov 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 shevet ahim gam yachad.
So much easier with all of you here with us, but I hope it was still fun for you at home.
We celebrate and affirm our Jewish identity.
A Jew is someone who identifies with the history, culture, and future of the Jewish people.
We make connections to our past through our ancestors and to our future by leading meaningful lives.
We believe the Jewish identity is best preserved in a free, pluralistic environment that honors all cultures.
The freedom and dignity of the Jewish people must go hand in hand with the freedom and dignity of every human being.
Human beings possess the power and responsibility to shape their own lives independent of supernatural authority.
Jewish history is a human saga, a testament to the significance of human power and human responsibility.
We believe in the gift of human reason and the strength of human potential to shape our own lives.
We believe in the nobility of human fellowship and the joy of unity.
Aspirations. Where there is ignorance and superstition, we will bring enlightenment and knowledge. Where there is prejudice and hatred, we will bring acceptance and love. Where there is fear and suspicion, we will bring confidence and trust. Where there is tyranny and oppression, we will bring freedom and justice. Where there is poverty and disease, we will bring prosperity and health. Where there is strife and discord, we will bring harmony and peace.
Human spirit, human mind, heart of humanity, bring us all together as one. We are part of one great family, and our family sings in one chorus. We are part of one world symphony. Though the song of life began before us, we each had our own harmony. So sing out and rejoice. We are part of one great chorus. Each voice has its own harmony. Every child is born to sing. We all add our voice in time. Words and deeds are lyrics we sing to the music, rhythm, and the rhyme. Each beat of your heart adds a measure to life's ever-growing melody. So sing out, rejoice, we are a part of one chorus and one family. How glorious to be a part of one great chorus and part of one great family. How glorious to be a part of one great chorus and part of one family.
A humanistic unitane tokef. On Rosh Hashanah we reflect. On Yom Kippur we consider. Who shall live for the sake of others, and who, when they die, shall leave behind a heritage of love and of life? Whose hunger shall be for good, and who shall thirst for justice and right? Who shall be serene in every storm, and who shall be troubled by every passing breeze? Who shall go forth in the quest for the truth, and who shall be locked in prisons of selfishness? Who shall be poor in the midst of possessions, and who shall be rich, content with their lives? Teshuvah, self-reflection, tefillah, self-evaluation, and tzedakah, self-correction. The starting place is within.
Zot hashela, zot hashela, hatov hora, hatov hora, zot habaya, zot habaya. Hatov hora, hatov hora, hatov hora, hatov hora, zot habaya la'adam ha'reira.
Meaning to our fleeting days. Who are we? What are we? A leaf in the storm, a fleeting moment in the flow of time, a whisper lost among the stars. We are tenants in the house of life. Our days on earth are but a span. Time, like a river, rolls on, flowing year after year into the sea of eternity. But conviction and purpose give meaning to our fleeting days. Treasured teachings guide us. Unquestioning love sustains us. May we have the knowledge and strength to live responsibly. May we be released from bondage to the past, released from the stranglehold of bad habits, making ourselves free to start afresh. Let this be for us the beginning of a new season of life and health. May we be liberated from the fear of death and from the scornful laughter that mocks our labors. Though our lives be short, let them be full. May our mortal days endure us as eternal moments. Knowing our failings, let us be patient with those of others. Knowing our will to goodness, may we see in others a dignity that is human.
We now pause for 1 minute of silent introspection.
Naaseh shalom ba'olam, Naaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam, v'yimru shalom, Naaseh shalom ba'olam, Naaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam, v'yimru shalom. Naaseh shalom, Naaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam. Naaseh shalom, Naaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam. Naaseh shalom, Naaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam. Naaseh shalom, Naaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'olam. Naaseh shalom, Naaseh shalom, shalom aleinu.